Attack. Attack of the show. Attack.
It's not my life. It's not my life. You live at the Neverland Ranch or in some magical place. Hey, everybody, welcome to Attack of the Show. The TV's only source for all the stuff we care about. I'm Kevin Pereira. Olivia's out. But Candace Bailey is here, and she feeds giraffes.
Thank you. We're coming to you from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
On the show today, Allison brings us a roundup of some of the best and weirdest collectibles that Comic-Con has to offer. See these? These are my fingers. And my fingers are crossed for a last airbender rectal thermometer. Speaking of which, actually, are the aliens coming to probe you? Well, Dave Brody from Space.com will be with us to talk about the looming UFO threat in the loop.
Then Chris Gore sits down with Angelina Jolie and the cast of Salt to find out, what it's like to be a super spy and a MILF.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Do you think she's milfy?
And people get wrapped in a new edition of Break Moments in De-Evolution. It's a great argument both for and against socialized medicine because these idiots need a doctor's help, but I don't want to pay for it.
Good point. Good point. That's totes off.
Totes off.
Time now to run down the top 5 things on the web.
We're going around the net.
Yes, ma'am. Most videos of guys doing dangerous stunts on motorcycles end in a little thing we call fail.
Thankfully, this clip is full of win.
Oh. Okay.
Well, that's one way to shut a tailgate.
Yeah, but that's nothing. I use the same motorcycle technique to shut my front door and the fridge and my pants. No, I'm serious. The chafing is bad, but it is very impressive.
I can imagine.
A radial tire pattern.
really
just
like to
all
see
up and
that.
down. It's not good. You could burn out on a taint. It happens. If you ping it back too far, you'll strip it bare.
Today's number 4 comes to us from YouTuber Adam Buxton.
Oh, Adam Buxton. You guys remember Adam Buxton? Of the Buxtons. On some news broadcasts, they include an interpreter who signs for the deaf, you know?
Yeah, but this broadcast uses an idiot who interprets sign language for the hearing.
Rob, she had a handle on her chest, a special pack of cards, and a nail through her hand. Her breasts were badly unbalanced and her finger was bent back. She was stroking a very uneven cat, which she put into a zip pocket on her arm. She saw her breasts pop out and shouted no as she got into a fight with a man in a suit who was drinking champagne, wearing a bib and a bowler hat. She opened a big book and snapped it shut on the man's fingers. I didn't like having a book shut on my finger, said the man. You are a rotten person, and I hope your nipples fall off. Also, you smell.
What is going on there? I didn't know what just happened.
Wait, for a second there, I thought we were listening to Mel Gibson phone call transcripts with the nipples falling off and the cutting of fingers and whatnot.
Goodness gracious.
No.
That was weird.
Is it weird that I wish I were deaf after hearing that, though?
No.
Oh, angry email. Oh, okay. Just don't close caption it. No one will notice. In at number 3 today, folks. If you're excited about the upcoming Tron Legacy movie, we have a little something. It's going to tide you over. A little appetizer, a little something. A little wet the... Okay.
It seems a visual effects artist named Garrett Campsey made a short fan film based on the Glowy series. And we like it.
There is no way you can see that movie without a prescription for medical marijuana. I'm sorry, they're just...
Well, lucky for me, I have glaucoma.
Oh!
Holla!
Do you have a prescription?
No.
No? I mean, you don't, just
No.
don't need one, or?
I have glaucoma.
Okay, good. And at number 2 today, we have a home video showing the proper use of the Zip It drain cleaning tool.
It's so effective, it may horrify you.
Okay, we've got the Zip It tool here. We're going to unclog this drain. Oh, she's going down there. Alright, let's see what comes out of this stir. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, we gotta look at this in the mirror. Look at this thing. Oh my god. Oh my god, it smells terrible.
Oh my god, I think I'm gonna throw up.
I wasn't even thinking about the smell,
That
actually.
was disgusting.
Deep fry it, serve it at the fair. You're fine.
Ew! I'd rather
Solid.
have a dirty drain than a hair snake in my bathroom.
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
I don't know why that guy was really that shocked, though. I mean, his wife is a Wookiee. Still ahead, the morning news gets painful. And our number 1 around the net, folks.
Slow down, face bumps ahead.
Face bumps. Coming in at number 1 today. This is from our friends over at WPIX in New York. They're not our friends. I don't know.
Who are they?
It's a clip of some backyard gymnastics.
Yeah, for some reason, the news crew thought that this woman could do backflips.
More than one.
Yeah. Here's the news having their face getting rubbed in this fact check.
Spoiler, she's laughing because it doesn't work.
Dana, I want you out there showing everybody what you've taught me this morning. Wait 1 second. Dana, show them how you've taught me this stuff. Tony, get a shot. Go ahead, go ahead. Anything that... We were working on this all morning long. Oh! Dana! Is she down? Wait. Recovery. Oh, man, now I'm feeling horrible. Dana, lie down. Are you kidding? She's okay.
Recovery.
Lie down.
Who is this woman?
Lie down. Just get a paper towel and put it over her face for a couple minutes. Gymnastics. More like gymnotsticks. Am I right?
That's really funny, Kevin. Even intergalactic bounty hunters need to unwind, but Boba Fetish has a fairly NSFW
Gymnotsticks.
way to relieve tension.
Welcome. Boba Fetish right here. Today's fetish, hyperdriving. Punch it. She's got it where it counts, kid. Oh, yeah.
Whoa, indeed, Candace.
Whoa!
Was that a question? Was that a, I don't know if
You'll
I'm
never
excited
know.
the mystery.
It's so mysterious.
The sold-out 2010 San Diego Comic-Con is already underway, and fans are all scrambling to buy up the best exclusives and collectibles from the show floor.
That's true. Allison Hayslip is there with your first look at the best and strangest of the 2010 Comic-Con collectibles.
WTF. At Comic-Con, it's easy to become numb from all the visual stimulation, but every once in a while, you see something that makes you go, WTF. So we all know the sights and sounds of Comic-Con, but we also know the smells, and this is a first for me. I have found cologne being sold on the Comic-Con floor. What do we have here?
Sulu.
You also have the red shirt, because tomorrow may never come. Con! Engineered to be superior. We've also got my personal favorite, Shirtless Kirk. Set phasers to stunning. On my WTF scale, I'm giving this one a solid 10. This is definitely the biggest WTF I have seen on the Comic-Con floor, but it'll also get you laid. Creepy homicidal doll that wants to kill your parents? Definitely a WTF. So what do we have here?
We have here our Talkie Tina prototype. This is a life-size replica right from the television series. Biff Bang Pow is putting this out, hopefully in time for the holidays.
And not only is this from the Twilight Zone, it also is truly in black and white.
I'm Tina, and I'm going to kill you.
Okay, I'm giving this one an 8 on my WTF meter.
She knows where you live. You might want to give her 8.5.
8.5. She totally just got 8.5.
I know you very much.
Now here's something that's starting to look familiar. What am I holding?
A Tauntaun sleeping bag.
Tauntaun, made out of live, genuine Tauntaun.
And fleece.
Obviously we have a Tauntaun head pillow.
Right.
What else is here?
We have a lightsaber zipper pull.
A lightsaber zipper. Oh, so you're basically lightsabering open its stomach to get inside of it.
Absolutely.
How come it doesn't smell bad on the inside?
Haven't slept in it yet.
Oh, snap. I'm going to give this one a solid 8. It's definitely hysterical, but I gotta be honest, unless you're 12 years old, why do you even have a sleeping bag? Still, it's really snuggly. I don't know about you, but my brain has melted from all the weird stuff I've seen on this floor. Seriously, Comic-Con? WTF. It's nap time. Night-night, Tauntaun.
Yes, and unfortunately for her, Allison will continue braving the wilds of Comic-Con until we all converge in San Diego. There's this giant thing on Saturday. It's a huge show. How many hours? We got 5? 4?
4.
4 hours of live Comic-Con coverage. Yeah.
Still ahead.
Flip a car. Set it on fire.
Do little green men exist?
They do. They're actually dressed up. Dudes that are dressed up at Comic-Con.
No, I meant aliens. We'll be talking about extraterrestrials, threats in the loop.
And later, I have myself some musical playtime when I demo Roland's new electronic drum kit. I'm gonna beat on things. Physicist Stephen Hawking recently speculated that if aliens ever arrive on Earth, we're all doomed. So, do we need to break out the tinfoil hats or prepare for alien Armageddon? The Loop investigates. Joining me now from New York to help us make sense of it all, science reporter for Space.com, Dave Brody is here. How are you, Dave?
Hey, Kevin. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. Good to have you back, sir. Right now, we're on friendly terms, but more and more people are saying that Stephen Hawking is even saying he's coming forward to warn against contact with extraterrestrial life, saying that it would be like when the Europeans first encountered the natives here in North America. Should that be cause for alarm?
My gut is no. I don't think that we need to terribly much worry about that, and particularly not this analogy of Native Americans and Europeans. Both of those groups were human beings, right?
Right.
We don't know what the extraterrestrials will come equipped with, and they don't necessarily know what we are all about. We might not even recognize them, nor they us, and we don't absolutely scientifically know that they're not already here. More on that later.
Why later, Dave? That sounds... That has me a little concerned. Why not now? Are they among us?
Okay, we'll go for it. We'll go for it right now. If you are an extraterrestrial civilization, the best way to find out what's going on in another star system is to make a little tiny robot. Tiny robot, very near a star. It chews up an asteroid. It makes a bunch of copies of itself. Some of those copies go and explore around. They could be very small. They're probably a lot smaller than my cell phone, right? Some of the other copies go off to other solar systems and explore there. If you do the math, you find out that in something less than 1 million years, there are a bunch of these armies of little tiny robots in every star system all throughout the galaxy. So they may be here. We may not know they're here. But the better way to do it is to download a little bit of software virus. Into what? Into the very same radio telescope that Hawking's colleagues may be looking at the sky with. It looks like a noise signal, but it actually gets out on the internet.
But Shouldn't we be concerned that we've been beaming out all these radio and TV programs from Earth over 60 years? Isn't that just calling attention and saying, hey, look, we created Jersey Shore, we deserve to be demolished?
Yeah, really. Well, not so much. Yes, it is perfectly true that Earth is now surrounded by an expanding wavefront, spherical wavefront of Gilligan's Island and I Love Lucy and Jersey Shore. But that's actually very quiet. Broadcast signals are pretty quiet, and Earth is getting even more quiet as we go to wireless and cable and digital. The loudest things that we do that would be perceived as signals of intelligence, intelligence in quotes, are our military radars. So here's the deal. If you had a radio antenna the size of the largest one on Earth, the Arecibo radio telescope, at the very nearest star, Proxima Centauri, 4.3 light years away, you could maybe just hear the loudest signal that Earth makes, but it would probably get lost in the noise of the sun. So chances are they have no clue that we're here yet. It takes a very advanced civilization broadcasting specifically a message in order to be detected.
Let's say we pick up on anything from SETI, or that we make first contact in some fashion, or they even land on the front lawn of the White House. Do we have any protocols in place to actually handle an event like this? What would we do?
Let's say that Hawking is right and I'm completely wrong, which is very likely, and they're, somewhat rapacious. We absolutely have no protocols in place. The good news is if we're only listening, and that's what the search for extraterrestrial intelligence does, substantially it only listens to the sky, we have plenty of time to decide what to do if we detect that there's another smart civilization out there. Right now, we absolutely don't know that.
What do we do? Do we phone up Will Smith and Sigourney Weaver, or how do you even attempt to communicate with beings like this? What should we do?
I'm thinking maybe the better call is to send Jaden Smith, because he could kung fu kick their alien asses right back to Alpha Centauri.
I love that. At the end of the day, we get back to, you know what? Screw it. We're going to kick their asses first. Take that, aliens. That's America. Many thanks to Dave Brody from Space.com for keeping us in the loop. It's always a pleasure to have you here, sir.
All right, take care, Evan.
Let's go over to Candace.
During a momentary lapse in judgment, we sent Chris Gore to sit down with Angelina Jolie to talk about her new movie, Salt. As far as we know, he didn't get arrested. But he did make eyes at former Secretary of Homeland Security Tom Ridge.
Sex, politics, and spies. Washington, D.C. is a hub of espionage activity. What better place to talk to the experts about clandestine agencies, counterintelligence, and the movie Salt? Seemingly ripped from the headlines, Angelina Jolie plays Salt, a CIA operative gone rogue after being outed as a spy by a Russian mole.
The name of the agent is Evelyn Salt.
My name is Evelyn Salt.
Then you are a Russian spy.
How realistic is the idea of sleeper cells?
Well, I think, there have been many cases in the past, so it is something we know is real. It was the first time I've been able to do an action film where it wasn't based in fantasy, and I got to do something that actually had some roots.
Art imitates life. Just recently, a group of 10 Russians were detained for alleged espionage, including Anna Chapman, a suspected agent who used her feminine wiles in exchange for sensitive information.
I woke up and opened the Times to see that the swap was complete between us and the Russians. There's a rumor that Sony planted those operatives about 15 years ago in anticipation of this release.
Oleg, how plausible are sleeper spies? And if you know of any, would you tell us?
Even though I was in charge of foreign counterintelligence, I never dealt with the so-called illegals. And these people arrested, they probably most likely were run by that illegal department of the current Russian intelligence, SVR.
We met with just a lot of people. Everybody from the CIA to Russia House to KGB. And then there was a lot of research which was actually kind of odd, where we'd have to say to people, like, if you wanted to get into the White House, how would you do it?
How much damage can a spy really do?
Depends on where they're placed. It depends on the information they have access to. Every time we discover a spy, there's a damage report done. It remains highly classified. It can cost a lot of lives, or it can even start a war, or a well-placed source can stop a war.
How important is it for a female spy to be hot? Because I gotta say, hot chicks get away with so much.
That definitely is a huge tactical advantage.
I would make the perfect spy were it not for the fact that I'm a guy.
The script was originally written for a man, so we rewrote pretty much the whole script with the idea of certainly the essence of the story, but the whole thing was kind of redone.
Stay back!
Last chance!
Somebody is setting me up!
One way to get through traffic in Washington, D.C., I guess, is to jump on the tops of cars and trucks.
I did 90-something% of that. You just have to kind of bounce and make sure your knees are ready for the impact or whatever it may be.
Tom Ridge, you have perhaps Washington, D.C.'s greatest hair.
It took me hours to get ready for the interview, so I'm glad you appreciated it.
What's the greatest espionage threat to the United States today?
Us to underestimate the need for espionage, particularly as it relates to China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, and others. We're so fixated on jihadists and extremists and terrorists, but the world is a very perilous place.
It just goes to show that espionage and the spy business is real. You never know if people are who they say they are, or if anyone's watching.
You got me.
Honestly, if all Russian spies look like Angelina Jolie, I would gladly welcome a communist invasion.
Bet you would.
I really would.
Just in time for Comic-Con. We're attacking these killer toys. Who didn't watch Terminator 2 and think liquid metal is awesome? Yeah. While killer robots from the future are still a ways off, magnetic thinking putty could be the next best thing. Infused with millions of metallic particles, this putty is susceptible to magnetic fields, and just like silly putty, it can be tossed, smashed, stretched, and torn. Yeah, Magneto's got nothing on you. Pick up your poor man's T1000 for $14 at bat19.com. We love the Japanese and their wonderful toys. Yes. Woo! And the Q-Steer Mario Kart RC is no exception. What sets these remote-controlled karts apart from other RCs is that besides driving, they also shoot virtual shells and receive periodic power-ups via an LED display on the controller. Each kart is equipped with an infrared sensor that forces them to rumble and slow down when they've been turtle-shelled. Each racer will run about $30 on Amazon, so rejoice! You don't have to hear Toad's annoying voice. Toads! You know, I like to some say Toads, I like to say Toads. Finally, do you remember when playing video games required blowing out a cartridge to remove the dust? Yes. Well, for those who remember, we've got the coolest toy ever, the Retro N3. This game console combines the Nintendo SNES and Genesis into one system. Sorry, Turbo, Graphics 16, you still suck. Aww. Yeah, that's what I said. Though no games are included, the system is compatible with all of your old controllers and cartridges, but also comes with 2 wireless controllers. Relive the pixelated glory days for $70 over at hyperkin.com. Head on over to g4tv.com/AOTS for info on all of these toys and more. Stay tuned. Kevin gets to show off his chops when he demos Roland's new electronic drum kit in musical playtime. Grab your earplugs!
What happens next?
Here are 3 guys showing off their parkour moves on top of some wooden pallets. Which one of them fails? Will it be this dude on the left? Will it be this guy in the middle? Or this guy on the right? Find out when we return.
What happens next?
Here are 3 guys showing off their parkour moves on top of some wooden pallets. Which one of them fails? Will it be this dude on the left? Will it be this guy in the middle? Or this guy on the right? Ah, yeah, that sucks. And maybe next time you could try doing that in, oh, I don't know, a gym.
Cars. Some of them go really fast.
Meet me. For example, the Bugatti Super Sports car, which can hit speeds of 267 miles per hour. That's a lot of miles per hour. We'll take a closer look at it in rides, whips, and
Hooms.
I didn't say it. You want to know the real reason we love our rides? It's all about the speed. So let's check out the latest speed demons that are ready to tear up the road. First, McLaren Automotive is combining Formula Racing and luxury with the McLaren MP412C. This supercar made its world debut earlier this month at the Goodwood Festival of Speed in the UK and left us drooling ever since. With a lightweight carbon fiber body, the entire car weighs less than 3,000 pounds and has a 3.8-liter 600 horsepower V8 engine. The MP412C goes from 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds and has an estimated top speed of 198 miles per hour. There's no official price for the car yet, but expect to pay over $270,000 for one of these limited edition vehicles when it comes out next year. Now, when it comes to looking good, the French know a thing or two about style. So say bonjour to Renault's Desire concept car. This electric vehicle of the future has an aerodynamic design and a pair of gull-wing doors to prove that you don't have to sacrifice style for eco-awareness. The Desire sports a 150 horsepower electric engine that hits 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds and tops out at 112 miles per hour. On a full charge, the Desire has a 100-mile range, but recharges its lithium-ion batteries in under 20 minutes with a special 400-volt 3-phase current charger. Since this is just a concept car, there's no price yet, but we'll find out more details when Renault debuts this ride at the Paris Auto Show in October. However, neither car can keep up with the Bugatti Veyron 16.4 super sports car, the world's fastest car in production. This super sport vehicle houses a massive 8-liter W16 engine with a whopping 1,200 horsepower under the hood and rockets from 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. Earlier this month, the Guinness Book of World Records went to Volkswagen's test track in Wolfsburg, Germany to witness former Formula One racer Pierre-Henri Raffinel drive the Bugatti Veyron at speeds of over 267 miles per hour and set a new world record. The Bugatti Veyron 16.4 super sports car will be making its public debut this August with a rumored estimated price of $2.5 million. So if you're looking for safety and dependability, go take the bus. Because for rides like these, there's no room for slowpokes. Question for you folks at home, and in the studio, I suppose. Do you like to bang stuff? Yeah, I do too. Which is why today we're playing with Roland's newest electronic drum kit, the TD20SX. And look, a sparkly green finish. While many drummers prefer the greater expression of an acoustic drum kit, today's technology is making sure that that gap is slowly closing. And as far as electronic kits go, Roland's V Pro series has proven to be the standard for performers worldwide. Their newest set, the TD20SX, affirms this with 100 different kits, each of which are fully customizable, and with over 920 independent sounds, this beast of percussion is stacked with expressive capabilities. All of its drum pads have a 2-ply mesh head that can be adjusted by tightening or loosening the lugs with a regular drum key. The cymbal pads are rubber-coated to be quiet, but still react and swing like metal cymbals. The latest module with this kit comes with a sequencer for triggering patterns and an entire library for sound editing. Plus, there are 11 total outputs so you can record each drum separately. All of this is great, but the question still stands. Does it hold the same authentic feel of an analog drum kit? Well, the answer lies within musical playtime. Joining us today to bang on all sorts of stuff straight from Roland, ladies and gentlemen, David Garza is here. Thank you. Our rock stars, welcome. How far we've come just blows my mind. This is a V-drum setup here. We have 4 drum pads, snares, toms, all sorts of good stuff. And then we have a handful of cymbals here. The hi-hat, which is drastically improved. Now we can really open and close and choke down on it, which is crazy. But tell me about like the drum head itself. I mean, that is something that has been a V-drum signature for years. What does this mesh head allow you guys to get out of the sound?
Well, for one thing, the mesh head makes it really quiet. They're incredibly durable and sensitive, so it can pick up everything that you're doing.
And so, yeah, and so I'll get the exact rebound that I want out of it. But then, sound-wise, I mean, obviously, Hitting there, okay, it tells the drum that's a loud hit. This is a soft hit. But they're two very different sounds. You're able to really milk them out of these heads.
Yeah.
Let's focus on these shiny space age cymbals here. What is going on with them technology-wise?
Well, they're designed to feel and swing and move like acoustic cymbals, so you don't really have to change your technique. You get like the bell out of the ride.
Oh,
and of course, you can choke it as well, just like you just did there.
Little Chris Brown feature. And you can.
Nice.
Look, I'm in front of it. I had to.
And these new cymbals also they're silver now, so they look even better on stage.
Yeah, they look sharp. You can really see when someone's going animal behind the kit and mashing away. With regard to the hi-hat, real quick, there's so much to talk about with this kit. In fact, real quick, just scroll all the features of the Roland kit. Let's just watch them go by. Great, we got that out of the way. With the hi-hat, every drummer knows you can close it, and that's fine. You have so many nuances between open and close. And when you close, if you mash down even harder,
yeah, you get that super tight sound as well. So.
You guys have modeled every aspect of that.
Yeah, as much as we could.
A phenomenal job, and this is the bad boy that's taking care of all that.
Yes, all the sounds come out of the brain. All the pads are connected to the brain. You could actually add more pads if you wanted to, which I know you will. There's like 920 sounds in here, 100 drum kits that you can customize however you want.
So let's show off some of the kits in here really quick. TD20X, that's the first kit that pops up. What's the notion behind this kit?
It's the first kit that you can beat the hell out of.
All right. Okay, so standard little drum kit.
Yeah, really good standard drum sounds. Here, try this one. This is called 50s King, more like a jazz kind of an older sound.
I love that you can really just finesse the hell out of. Normally it's on or off with an electronic drum kit, and here you can really get in there. So is 50 King good for some breakbeat metal too, or something like that?
No. Here's one called Metalcore. This is better.
Okay, that might work better for that. I love my mom. Can we show off a kit maybe where you can be the entire band yourself?
Yeah. Here's a cool one. It's called Melodious.
Melodious, all right.
It's at number 9 here, and yes, go for it.
All right.
Welcome to space.
So that's just a little hi-hat there, right? That is crazy. So you can literally.
And the cool thing is it's following you. You don't have. I mean, there's also sequences you can play along with, or you can even like say plug in your iPod right into the back here and play along.
And
with
just jam along with anything. Very cool. All right. What is the price tag on this beast?
You'll see this thing advertised for right around $7,000.
And for those who don't want to bite off on the whole kit now, you guys have what is it? The Octapad?
Yeah, we have a bunch of like percussion controllers, just like standalone units that you can use just by themselves, or even add pads to it, or put it on the side of your kit, whether it's an acoustic electronic kit. To give you all more kinds of sounds, percussion sounds, electronic sounds, whatever you might need for your gig.
Of course, I love it. Again, I wish we could scratch the surface of the millions of things you can do with a kit like this, but I think that was a pretty good precursor for the folks at home. So thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
you. Off, David. It's a pleasure. Guys, that's the new TD20SX. I'm going to put it in my car and send things over to Kansas.
If you're headed to Comic-Con, you might be wondering why everyone there is dressed up like an elf, a princess, or a superhero. This cosplay edition of WTF explains it all.
In the spirit of Comic-Con, we're visiting the online mecca of cosplay. We're calling these people fans would be an extreme understatement. Yeah, we'll say it for you. What the f***? The term cosplay is short for costume play, but in Japan, when you add live video chat and sexual role-playing to the mix, you have what's called the cosplay fetish, an intimate fascination with dressing up as characters from Japanese pop fiction. From Sailor Moon to Chun-Li, these girls, or guys, enjoy being completely anonymous as they don full-on masks, wardrobes, and accessories to represent specific characters from anime, manga, video games, and other fantasy sources. One of the more popular sites, KigurumiCosplay.com, is home to thousands of members who participate in live video chats while dressed as their characters of choice. Here they pose, roleplay, play instruments for each other, and even imitate popular Japanese musicians, better known as J-pop and J-rock stars. Membership is free, and oftentimes, fetishists will log in to interact with other cosplayers by sending special requests, like asking them to blow a kiss or pillow fight. Of course, there are several international cosplay conventions like Fanime and Mangatron, but those are pretty PG compared to the Black Bunny and Nurse Girl outfits that flood the Kigurumi websites and YouTube channels. All those googly eyes aside, these costumes are not cheap. With masks going for more than $800 and full bodysuits costing up to $1,000, I think I'll stick to my fan art and desktop wallpapers for now. Also, over in the world of hentai, which is a term used to depict sexually explicit animation, there is a video game series called Cosplay Fetish Academy, which is an adult-themed RPG for cosplay enthusiasts. Psychologically speaking, cosplay fetishists take pleasure in role-playing because it allows them to behave more freely and be flirtatious, while the mystery of being anonymous rids them of any insecurity. So with all the hype of Comic-Con coming down, go ahead, embrace your inner office girl or Mario's princess. Just don't mind us when we ask, what the f***? By the way, cosplaying as any Naruto character is still a great form of birth control.
And now you got learned.
Science returns, and this time the hosts built a rocket-powered skateboard and used a sonic boom to destroy things.
Oh, sure that won't cause any panic? No.
Not at all. Catch an all-new episode of It's F in Science Tuesday night at 9. And if you missed any episodes, you can download them right now on Xbox Live, Zune, PSN, and iTunes.
Ah, convenience. Go to g4tv.com/science for videos, photos, and much more. Oh, put on some body armor, by the way. Break Moments in De-Evolution is next.
Dial 9-1 and keep your finger by 1.
Okay.
Like, just ready.
What if it's a rotary phone? Should I have the 9 ready?
Yeah, and then 1.
The workers demand more attack of the show. We'll be right back.
Coming up tomorrow on AOTS, Comic-Con is up and running, and Blair Butler is bringing us exclusive news from the show floor and checking in with the creators of Scott Pilgrim and The Walking Dead. Then resident rampager Sarah Underwood will blow stuff up with large caliber weapons at the Oklahoma Gun Show, because she loves you. Plus, we're gonna prawn your lights out with the Western Digital TV Live Plus, a device that can play practically any media from a thumb drive or PC, and all in glorious 1080p. See it tomorrow. When you do something dumb,
you're living the break moments life.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I think we've all heard about the donkey punch.
I think we have. But have you heard of the monkey punch?
Monkey fist.
Break moments and de-evolution. Here we come.
I thought maybe someday, maybe, this show would be the answer to a Trivial Pursuit question or something. You know, maybe Whoopi to block, you know, we'd be the center square. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine we would be the inspiration and the reason another man would ball up twine or rope and hit another man in the junk. It's a beautiful day for Attack of the Show. I'm sorry, I got moved. This week's rating system is TARP windows, as in, why repair a broken car window when you can just duct tape a sheet of plastic to it? How many are we giving it?
3 out of 5.
Good start.
Now, as we know, there are a lot of ways that guys can hurt his junk.
That's true, but why kick someone when you can set up catapults or and setup catapults when he goes harness the power of gravity.
Wow. Why? Why?
Never ask that in the segment. You can't ask it. What are you thinking?
4 out of 5.
Oh! Actually, no! Stop. Put those away. This is a democracy. All of a sudden.
Okay.
I want to take a closer look at that number 4. Let's see that. Hold on. Stop. Tape right there. All right. Okay. What you think? You're seeing marshmallow baggy thing drop down, and you're seeing reaction here, pain. You're assuming beneath here there's nut. But let's loop it again. I want to see it one more time. I want to show it to you here. Watch impact. Watch impact. Pay close attention to the shaded area. No. Indentation. Indentation is on the thigh. That is a thigh shot. That is not a nut shot. Therefore, I'm left with no choice but to downgrade this 2 out of 5. I'm sorry.
2 out of 5. Okay, I think that's a little bit harsh.
Listen. Kids have to learn somehow. I'm sorry it's harsh. Plus, if you're going to drop a sizably weighted bag on your man purse, this is how you do it. Right here. Need I say more?
Have you ever done that?
Not on tape.
Have you ever done that?
Not on tape.
That's not my question. Why would one do that?
Well, you know.
It can't feel good.
You're hanging out with the dudes. You guys, you just got done with the.
Hey, let's see who can get kicked in the nuts the hardest. Let's drop a big bag on your nuts.
Yeah.
What?
Oh no, I was like, yes. If you're proposing that, yes. Let's drop a big bag of something on my balls.
Can we do that?
If you can get a big bag together quick enough, we can do it. But
Hey,
right
guys,
now,
can we
5
do
out of 5 for that. And I just want to point out, some people were hurt during the making of these videos.
I'm sure. You can thank them later.
Yeah. You can't afford to put that song in there. You always sigh after grandiose explosions.
I do.
Massive
It's very calming. Go to g4tv.com/AOTS for all the things you saw today and more.
Huge thanks to our guest, Dave Brody from Space.com. And you gotta thank her better than that, Miss Candace Bailey.
So happy to be here.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. I got a crush on you.
You don't know
I'm
I'm